Stock Charts Trading. Today we're going to be talking about Elon Musk saying, please produce more nickel. And that means that there's a real problem out here, right? That we don't know about, that we don't see, that we don't understand, that there's global demand coming to the market, needing more nickel to produce more cars. It's not just for Tesla, it's for all the EV cars getting ready to come out to market. So for me, this is definitely something to take a look at, to see about putting some money into. Again, I'm not going to put in 50% of my portfolio, 100% of my portfolio. That doesn't make good sense. But what if we took 2% of portfolio up to maybe 5% and diversify it through a couple different stock options on nickel? And so what I was looking at is the miners, right? And so let's go take a look at miners. One of the things I had to do is search for each company and make sure that they were actually producing nickel, because a lot of companies would produce maybe zinc, or maybe they do gold, or maybe they do scandium, but maybe they didn't actually produce nickel. So I had to filter through everything to actually make sure each company produced nickel, because as you can see here, this one explores nickel, cobalt, scandium, gold, zinc, silver, lead. So it has a multiple of things that it does. But sometimes it would say that it's a miner, and then it might only do cobalt. So went through, made sure each one of these companies does mine nickel. And a lot of these stocks, they're foreign. And so when I went to Zacks and tried to find out if there was some kind of ranking for them, they don't have any results because they're foreign. So there is a little bit of cautiousness in this. I only found about 3 stocks that did have ranking, meaning that they were registered with the United States and not a foreign thing. Some of these companies were Australian, or they might have been Russian. So that is something to do with your research before you buy. Understand who you're investing in, what country you're investing in, where your money is going. Here we are on the first one, ARRRF. And the F is foreign, right? That's a marking that they put on the ticker to let you understand that it is a foreign stock. And so here we are, we're in a downtrend. You can see that we have a high right here. We busted into resistance, right? This was a support. We duplicate that line up. And right now we're coming into that resistance. So for me, this stock would wait, right, till you come back down off of your highs. There's probably some hype that's coming into buying, and that's why this stock rushed up. And so for me, I'd wait a little bit for it to pull back, maybe into a 38% retracement level, maybe a 50% retracement level. Maybe it might even come back down here. But this stock is 40 cents. And if it's like the IPO, then it could break out and go up to this high of $1.50. How long it'll take to get there, I don't know. But again, there's a global demand for nickel. So maybe sooner than later. All right, here we are on ticker BHM, and you can see that we have a head and shoulders pattern. Now, this did have a ranking on Zacks, and so this is a good quality. They also have a international presence. They have lots of mines, and they do lots of mining, not just the nickel, but other things. So right now it's at $53. If you duplicate up, that would be $100. Your target also is a high right here of $100. So from off of your lows of about 15, you duplicate that pattern up, and you should be at that target range. Now you have to anticipate, is this the best place for you to buy that? I mean, again, we have come off of these lows right here of this second shoulder, making a head and shoulder pattern. Right here would be your neckline coming across there. You can maybe come off of these lows up to these highs and duplicate that up, and it takes you here. All right, here we are on GLNCY, and you were at $4.70. We came off of the low here. We made a double bottom right here, and so now we're coming off of that. But what should we anticipate, right? We should anticipate a little bit of a pullback into this range over here before taking off, to break this resistance line right here. We would like a little bit of more support coming back into this box here, then taking off, maybe making a higher low. But if you were to get into this trade after this breakout right here, around $5, take it up to $15, which is the old highs back here, where you can see that you have highs of $15. It butts into that resistance. That is a 200% move. Here we are on JJN, and that is a Barclays ETF. So we know that is basically registered in America, so it's probably one of the safest bets. Now, it's not that old. It's just a couple years old, but you have this double bottom right in here, so that's nice. You have these old highs. So what do we know, right? When price comes down, usually it goes back and tests those old highs, $75. You could get into this trade at $54. Right now, we've got a red candlestick. Maybe if we were to break this line right here, come back into a Fibonacci level, and then take off into leg 3, maybe draw back down a little bit into leg 4, and then take off and do the remaining of the run into this higher level, $74, leg 5. All right, here we are on NCPCF, and what do we have? We have a downtrend. We've made a little bottoming here. We've got a double bottom right across here. We also, if you notice that we've made higher highs, right? So here's a high. We did close above those highs right over here, but now we're having a pullback. So it could be a good time to buy, right? Again, back into a Fibonacci level, and then maybe it'll take off, come back up into this resistance area over here where we have support and resistance, and then duplicate that up with the range box taking you into 80 cents. Here we are, NILSY. This is a Russian stock. Huge fall off for some reason, don't know. Again, it's a foreign Russian stock. I don't know if they're only mining in Russia or what or where, but this did have a huge fall off. Warning, warning, warning. Yes, potentially. But we do have resistance, and right here we had resistance, and we're looking for a breakout of this resistance, which should become new support. So I just zoomed in a little bit, and so you can see that from these lows right here, if we do have a breakout, that would basically do a duplication range box up into the $50 target. So if you like this at $27 and you want to hold it till $50 and make 100% profit, that's up to you. Again, warning, it is a Russian stock. Russians are great people, but I don't know about their political governments and how they run their companies. So for me, just because I'm unfamiliar with that, there's a little bit of hesitancy. All right, here we are on QMCQY. Again, this is a foreign company, and so you can see that we are in a definite down, but we had a bottom right here that we had before, and so we've made a double bottom now, right? And we're trying to get into some higher highs over here, looking for a little bit of a breakout. If this stock can get some momentum, you can buy it at 9 cents, and your target is around 90 cents, maybe even higher. Okay, SHERF, and you can see there is a huge downtrend. Why? I don't know. I mean, it came into the IPO around $20 and it's fallen off. Now it's 14 cents. It's a foreign company, so it's hard to understand. Are they giving the right reading on their books? What are they producing? But let's take a closer look at where we're at right now. All right, here you can see we're in this falling wedge formation. We just had a breakout. Here's a lower high. Here is a lower than lower high. Here's a lower high. Here's an equal low. And now you have a breakout right here coming across with a little bit of a pullback. You could buy this right now for about 15 cents. And for me, the target is major resistance, right here. And so that's at 40 cents. So I would take my profits there and let their money ride. And my second target would be up here at around 140, which would give you 10 times the money. And again, you're using their money. As long as it gets to 40 cents, you take out your initial investment and you let it ride up to that $1.40. SMMYY. Here you can see we came into our lows. We hit those lows and bounced off with a huge up run. We went from $4 almost up to $8, giving it 100%. And so now I would expect what? A pullback, right? Come back down. Maybe right here you've got this lower shoulder-like area, and then maybe you come back in and this is the same resistance. And right here you have a head, giving you a head and shoulder pattern. Once you broke that net line, then you would hit your target of $11. VALE. is an American company, and you can see this nice double bottom in here and this takeoff into leg 1, pulling back into leg 2 where we're at right now. And so this seems like probably the most logical place, right? You're at $12. You have these highs up here at around $40. I mean, that's giving you 250%-ish profit on a good American stock. Next, we have WTCZF. And you can see it's really spotty. Now, here's the funny thing about it being really spotty is I'm on a 20-year, 1-week chart. So each candlestick represents 1 week, which really, what do we usually look at? It's a lot smaller. And so I had to do this in order to show the movement of these stocks because there's so little movement from the past. And then the next thing I want to show you before I close this video out is that volume is very, very low. So this stock is 2 pennies, right? And it has a high over here of 10 cents. So yeah, you can make 500% if it just moved 8 cents. And volume has just now in the last month gone over 1 million. Unlike Val, who's had over 100 million in volume for years and years and years. Low volume, low volume, low volume. And then here we are on the other American stock, BHP. You can see it has high volume, running about 10 million to 40 million year after year. And again, we're on the week chart, so that's combining up all the volume for the week. And for me, if you're in a trade and it's a foreign company and there's low volume and you're trying to get out at your target, guess what? It's near impossible. And sometimes it's even near impossible to get into the trade. So here's the deal. This is my research. I want you to get your research and look at these charts and see what you see and tell it and put your comments down below and let's share this information. I believe that nickel is a good investment. I don't know what exactly is the best vehicle to invest in for that long-term growth. Anything else? Did we hit it? Done.